So we're installing an upgrade to the window motor for the Jeep Grand Wagoneer. The old motors, the motor works okay, but it uses a plastic flex track that breaks chronically.
We fixed it 3 times last year.
Yeah, I ain't doing this again. So I came across this at VJ's Off-Road, and this is the Nu-Relics Power Window conversion, and it takes away all the plastic crap and uses nice, solid, made in the USA metal.
Geo-approved?
Geo-approved, yep. So this is, hope to never see these gears again. Once I bolt this in, I want it to stay there. So
that definitely is replacing the flex track, and what he's doing right now is maybe he would have greased the plastic stuff, it would have lasted 20 minutes longer.
I did.
That made in China stuff.
Yeah, it's the best.
This was definitely not purchased through Temu.
No.
So it'll last more than 20 minutes.
Not a Temu purchase. I'm going to go ahead. This is the slider where the pin slides. So I'm going to go ahead and put some on here ahead of time, which means that I'm going to get it all over myself when I actually go to buckle it in. But I'll deal
That's
with
why
that
you're
in a
wearing
minute.
gloves.
Slather it in there.
And Gia's just making sure we do everything correctly.
So now we're to the putting in stage. You can see I've removed all of the old hardware, the original motor and all of that is gone. And now this is going to take the place of it. The main unit bolts right up here. And like everything like this, there's a certain amount of finagling you got to do.
And at least this, since we're retro mod, we're not staying 100% true to the
to stock, absolutely. Notice that I have the arm positioned about midway. This is actually how it came packed, but if you happen to move it or something, put it here before you start, because it'll be less in the way that way.
So obviously before you get to this part, you're going to have to remove the door panel. We had it removed before we started this project. And it's just going to be fun watching Todd finagle it in.
Now there's a bracket here. It's the continuation of this track. And right here at the bottom,
Let's see if I can get this camera in here.
you'll have these undone anyway because of when you took everything else apart. But this arm right here has to go above this bracket. So we have to get behind it right here, so it doesn't break it if you bend it out just a little bit. And now we're there. So from here, the wires, of course, always get in the way.
I'm going to take it from, we were behind the door, now I'm in front of the door.
So now you can see the holes are already here. There wasn't anything in them for the original Wagoneer setup, but these guys are right here waiting for us to install this.
They must have read your mind 50 years ago when they made, well, this is an 88, this is 30, how many years ago was that?
Don't make me do math. Well, this is 04, 88,
24.
something 6, 30, 26, 36. See, 86, 96, I mean 88, 98, 2000, 88, 98, 2008, 2018. So that's 30 years. So it's 36 years. They gave us 4 nice new shiny bolts, and you can use those, or you can use the stock ones because it's the same bolt. Just want to point that out. Stock ones are a little easier to start because they're longer.
And these are the stock or the ones that came with the...
The real shiny ones are the ones that came with it. You may wonder why I'm using one of the old ones. Where's this? They're a 3/8 bolt. I'm using one of the old ones because I lost one of the new ones.
What?
Yeah,
You lost something?
That happens. And then, bingo. like anything like this, I usually start all of them before I tighten any of them down in case you got to wiggle it around. That's just an old mechanic's way of doing things. Yep.
And I always want to tighten it up.
Now, we're going to take this piece
That's the
that
window.
goes on the bottom of the window. Yep. Now, here's the deal. They gave me little short bolts like that. They're little short bolts. It's the same length as the originals were, like that. But the way this works, this
I didn't put the window all the way up.
this nylon nut is what holds this bracket onto the window bottom. Okay. The ones that they gave us were short, and the way this nylon nut works is the bolt has to go all the way through in order for the back side of it to spread out and lock in on the glass tightly. So I had to go find a couple of more screws. They're about a quarter or so longer than the stock ones, and not a big deal. We'll start the first one like this, but when I used these it worked just right.
And of course you got to have the blue gloves on.
The greasy blue glove.
If you don't have blue gloves, this will not work. So
Yeah.
don't go with the pink glove.
This one, the particular bolts I chose are they're because I had them, I used them, but they're metric, and it's an 11. Somebody's gonna curse me in the future.
The
when
dogs
they
are
have
barking
to
at
take
you already.
this apart. Yeah, I'm not gonna tighten that all the way until I get the other one tight. And to do the other one, you gotta come down here to right here. Can't maybe see it on camera, but that's the access
Hold on, let me
hole.
see if I could get into this.
Look at it straight through here. Down. There. You can see it. That's where the access to that nut is. So that's just what you do. You lower it down. And let's see if I can find that other long bolt. Par for the course for me usually is that I would have lost it in the interim.
And then you would have blamed the dog.
It's their fault somehow.
Well, that happened earlier in this project. Yeah, you want me to grab that for you?
That's what she said.
And he's just tightening up the screw on the other side of the window holder.
Yeah, this is just the nylon nut.
Well, you're putting the nylon nut in, but you're attaching it to that long black.
Yeah, I guess, I don't know what that would be called. The slide, maybe? I don't know. It's the window bracket.
We're gonna be talking to y'all from Cruising the Coast, and we will let you know how well or how poorly this works. Hopefully, I think it'll work well. It looks like it's a pretty solid. Uh-oh, what'd you lose? The fastener?
Socket came off,
Yeah.
yeah. And there's
This one was, I remember when we first put it together, that little plastic piece kept wanting to move.
Yeah, it worked.
So
It's
this
good
time-
for us this time.
This time it stayed
So
still.
see how nice and tight that was. When I used the little bolts, it was just very loose. Now, hopefully I don't
grease on
have to
my
get too nasty from here on out.
finger when I was holding that, so I put it on your shirt.
Okay.
And there's the gloves.
And then, can you see this pin right here?
Let me see. Yeah, let me get into that. Okay.
That pin goes in this slot. This little washer came off earlier. And
Do you see the washer?
the little felt washer, it's just in there to kind of protect the window a little bit. There. And there's this little, let's see. I push it through, and then can you see this clip from there?
I can see it from here.
Okay, well it goes on the pin on the other side and goes like that. The pin's got a groove in it. You slip that in the groove. Yeah. And bingo, you are attached.
Alrighty.
That's done.
So
at
now
that
the whole
point.
thing is done in 10 minutes, 11 minutes.
Yeah, it's not bad.
We still have to put the.
After you've done it 5 or 6 times.
We still have to do the plastic. We still have to put glue it back up. But let's see if it rolls.
Oh, I don't have anything hooked up. Something I didn't point out as I was going together with it is this is an adapter harness that you can buy as an add-on. You don't have to have it, but it makes it really nice because it means that
you don't have to hardwire it.
Yeah, you don't have to hardwire it, and it just plugs in really easy to the original Grand Wagoneer. Yeah, to the original Grand Wagoneer plugs. Let's see. This one goes. These big ones go to the motor. Yep. Now this wiring here that you're looking at is not at all stock. This is I rewired it so it would use relays so I could get more power to the motor, but that's another video. In the meantime, if you had the stock Wagoneer stuff, this harness would let you bolt straight up or connect straight up to the standard wiring, and it would work like a champ. Oh, make sure you connect this to the motor before you try to put it up there.
What are we connecting to the motor?
This wire where it plugs into the back of the motor.
Okay.
Make sure you do that before you put the motor in, because it is a pain. It's way up here. It's really hard to line it up and get it to work once it's installed.
I'm wondering why they don't just allow you to pull this whole panel off and have easy access to everything.
Everybody's probably always wondered about that. But anyway, so what was the last thing I was going to do? Oh. So this is my ground wire.
Let's see the wire.
This is the ground wire.
I feel like it's Groundhog Day because we've done this a few times.
Oh, I know, man.
And if it's taking you more than whatever, right now we're at 13 minutes of video. If it takes you longer than that, just be aware. We got it down to this after practicing 4 times.
Yeah.
And losing stuff.
Yeah, what you've done.
What did you?
Yeah, I lost that harness for a while.
And it wasn't.
And it was still in the package, and it had gotten tangled up with the tape on this thing.
And since it was yellow, it kind of matched. But for a minute, he blamed the dog.
Oh yeah, yeah. Okay, so I think we're connected. I think it'll work now.
Look at this. Let me go get it from the other side.
See inside there a little bit?
Let's see.
Kind of look in and up. Don't get in the way.
Oh, let's go right here. Go ahead. You can see it coming down from inside the door panel. I'm going to catch it from the other side as well.
Okay, well, while we're here, let's point out what happens. This is the way it was meant to go in, and no add-ons, all right? We have some other video where it shows me doing this, but there's no stop bracket to keep it from hitting the linkage for the door lock. So when it goes all the way down, it locks the door, and then you can't unlock your door and get out of the car until
not even manually.
No, until you raise your window.
So we're going to show you. We have another video that shows you just specifically how to fix that issue. So I'm going to go ahead and I already finished that video.